Okay, this is part 5, and it is the final chapter of a series where I got to spend the afternoon with Denise Donahue, the mortgage nerd, and she and I got to talk about what's happening in the Dallas real estate market. Hi, everyone. If we haven't met yet, I'm Troy Sage, local realtor, where I'm dedicated to doing real estate differently, and your host here on Real Estate Talk. In this episode, we're going to continue our conversation about that little company called Zillow. We're also going to talk about AI and how it's affecting the real estate business and what to expect. So grab a cup of coffee and check it out. Man, when you say Zillow, it gets me cranked.
Why? Tell the world, why does it get you cranked?
Because I won't go into the whole history of Zillow, but the general public, for the most part, doesn't realize that Zillow is an advertising firm. That's it. They're an advertising company. They make all their money off of the ads that are on the internet, and guys like me that, well, I don't anymore, but used to pay to push my properties. And I know that they announced that they're now a brokerage, but the truth is that they're not a brokerage.
Yeah, they're funded by advertisements.
Right.
Yeah.
So and this goes back to what we were saying, is be careful where you get your information from. Right. It gets me so passionate because I've been through this with sellers and with buyers, where buyers will say, hey, that house that we just wrote an offer on, Zillow says it's worth $10,000 less. And I wish I had the link. I'll look for the link. But there was I think it was a TED Talk where the president of Zillow sold his home, and they asked him, the home that you own, did it match the Zilestimate? And he said no. And I've got it on my computer. I'll find it and I will try to send it to you if it's still there.
That's funny.
And I thought the world needs to see this.
Yeah.
It's not bad. I'm not saying Zillow's bad. I'm just saying it's like going to Google and saying I have a headache, and they say you have a brain tumor and you need quadruple bypass. And really it's an allergy, which goes back to where we started with the weather here. Is bipolar. Yeah,
it is
crazy.
But that is why I think it is so confusing, because if you go to Google and you typed in, like, how do you know if a banana is good to eat right now, if it's brown or yellow, or like when's the best time, you get a little bit more direct of an answer. But when it's something complex like buying a home or a mortgage or the payment or the rate, the more complex, the harder it is to get a direct answer. Even with all this AI stuff that's coming out in the lending world, it's like, oh, we'll be able to have, Chat GPT be able to tell you exactly what your mortgage rate is. It's like, it's too complex. I mean, there's so much. And then it's like, would you want that? Because even when I've done the teledoc thing, have you ever done the teledoc?
Yeah, I've done it. I don't like it.
There's a layer of like, no, but I kind of just want the doctor to look at my throat and tell me that I have like strep or something. I don't want you to just look through a camera. Like, there's a level of trust there that just the in-person human versus maybe a bot at some point being able to tell you you're sick.
Yeah, and maybe a bot could tell me that I'm sick. But do they really know what's wrong? Are they just going through some algorithm, which goes back to Zillow, which goes back to other things? Are they just going through an algorithm and it's saying, according to the statistics of this algorithm, Troy is mentally ill and we need to put him on medication? And the reality is I just might be having a bad day, or my nose is running and it's allergies. Right.
Yeah.
And you mentioned something that I want to touch on with in today's world. I know I am, and you probably are too. We're being bombarded by these AI companies. These AI companies are bombarding us saying, on a business level for us, increase sales, make more money. It comes back to what we talked about earlier. It's about the job and not the money.
Right.
And if you are watching this and you're getting bombarded by the most generic responses to a text message or an email, it's probably not the agent. It's probably not the lender.
Right.
To me, we're in the relationship business. I wouldn't be here talking with you if you hadn't given me the opportunity to meet you and work with your team and build that business relationship. And I feel the same way about buyers and sellers. Even during COVID, I was listing properties via Zoom, but we had that connection. Mm-hmm. I've never listed or sold a property, someone sending me an email that says, I want to buy a home at 123 Elm Street, and here's the money, and here's my routing number, and I'm paying cash, and have it close in 14 days. It's never happened.
Yeah. Might be fraudulent if that actually ever happens.
It could be. It should pull up a red flag.
Okay.
I hope you enjoyed this episode of Real Estate Talk. And remember, this is part of a 5-episode series where Denise Donahue, the mortgage nerd, and I sat down spend a couple hours and just openly, unscripted talk about the real estate market here in the Dallas, Texas area. If you missed an episode or just want to revisit an episode, check the descriptions for the links. If you have questions for me or Denise, check the description. There are links so that you can reach us directly, or you can always leave a comment. And if you found this information helpful, click subscribe and the bell so you're alerted every time I upload another video. Until next time, my friends, make it a great day.